Here we go.
Happy birthday, Sonic.
Thanks.
Just want to wish Alpha Eyes happy birthday.
How's everything?
You don't have to do this. You can end it here.
Okay, thank God. See you next birthday.
What is up, everybody? You're not going to believe about this topic today. Well, this is going to be interesting. Shoutouts to Sonic Stadium and shoutouts to Sonic Channel for providing this information. Former SEGA dev still claims Michael Jackson's 3 songs never made it into the cartridge. Oh, this ought to be a doozy one right here. We thought the story of Michael Jackson's infamous involvement in Sonic 3's soundtrack had finally been figured out already, especially after an interview that happened just last year. But apparently, there is somebody who claims that that's not all true. The man credited in the co-ordinator of Sonic the Hedgehog 3, director of SEGA's Technical Institute, Roger Hector, claims that Jackson's contributions to the game's BGM never even made it to the final cut, with all the Pop's megastar's work removed from the project and swapped out in early 1994. Oh boy, let's read this quote right here. Let's get this started. I get this call from one of Michael Jackson's people telling me that Sonic was Michael's favorite game, and so he came to SEGA and meet the people who made it. He came in after hours. I gave him a tour and introduced him to the creators of the Sonic games, and he was thrilled. You could see he was a total Sonic fan. He was really excited. So one of our guys says, "Why don't you write the music for the next Sonic game?" And he says, "Okay." Everybody's jaw dropped. I'm thinking, how are you gonna work this out? But basically, he did write the entire score for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Yeah, no duh. Everybody already knows that story. Alright. Now let's cut to the meat and potatoes and get to this part right here. SEGA of Japan made the decision to take his music out. I had a composer on my staff who had done a bunch of video game music with him in the past called Howard Drazen. I told him he had to replace the audio for Sonic 3, basically 16 weeks worth of work in a week and a half. He said we slide food under his door, but he couldn't leave the office. And he did it. He was an amazing guy, and he was gone to do a lot of movie stuff in Hollywood, but he got his break at Sonic Technical Institute, or SEGA Technical Institute, at the last minute replacement for Michael Jackson. So it's basically one of those situations where Hector's not going to let this go, and he's going to stick to his story, even though that Brad even did an interview about it saying no, it was on the final version of the game. Not only that, but let's go one step further on this nonsense. You know, on this nonsense. You also have to take into account of what Yuji Naka have to say, and also Nato Oshima. You know, both Nato Oshima and Yuji Naka confirmed that Michael Jackson was involved in the original Sonic the 3 Hedgehog soundtrack, and as a Sonic fan, that's all that matters. Let's be real here. This is coming from 2 credible devs, you know, and also from, like, are you going to take the word of those 2 credible devs, or are you going to take the word of a SEGA of Institute employee? Let's be real here. Even Brad Buxer's interview that came out even confirmed that the music was in the cartridge and all that. You know, again, I mean, he's just trying to stir up some controversy here and there. He's just trying to spin the narrative in his favor. It's quite sad when you're thinking about it. He's actually virtual signaling when you think about it. Now, it was stated that if he were to write this statement 10 years ago, prior to Sonic Origins being a thing, he might have actually gotten away with it. But the way things are now, and the way everything's an open book now, everybody knows the story of what really went on between the scenes of Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Yes, I understand the real reason why SEGA didn't want to include those songs in the Origins collection. Let's be real here. It's because of copyrights. It's copyrights, licensing. You know, you would have to pay royalties to Brad Buxer, Michael Jackson, his people, obviously. Even though Michael Jackson isn't credited in Sonic the Hedgehog 3, he probably requested that, considering what was going on during that time in the late 90s. In his life, so I guess he requested not to be credited, but he still provided work there. You can't deny that. At the end of the day, to me, in my honest opinion, you know, Hector, he could be full of BS here with this article. Again, you never know. But everyone, let me know what y'all think about this, because again, quite frankly, we already know what really happened behind the scenes. I haven't made a video on it, so Let me know what y'all think, and I gotta go. Peace out.